Hi, I'm Kevin. Did you know that chronic loneliness is as detrimental to your health as smoking 15 cigarettes a day? We're going to talk about that today on Generation Jones. Do you feel lonely? Do you miss having a close friend with whom you can talk about intimate topics? Do you wish your adult children would come around more often? Or that a colleague might invite you out to lunch from time to time? Well, you're certainly not alone in your feelings of loneliness. Loneliness is an unpleasant feeling, and we all experience it numerous times throughout the course of our lives. Just like hunger and thirst, loneliness is a signal that our body sends us when it detects that it's missing something very basic to survive. In this case, connection with other human beings. In May of 2023, the Surgeon General in the United States, Vice Admiral Vivek Murthy, who is the main spokesperson for public health issues in the United States, presented a very disturbing report about an epidemic that's been sweeping across the world very quietly for decades. The report was titled, "Our Epidemic of Loneliness and Isolation," and it describes a very serious threat, not just from a psychological point of view. Loneliness kills, and it kills a lot. His report revealed that prolonged loneliness, chronic loneliness, increases the risk of premature death by up to 26%. As we mentioned at the outset, that's the same effect as smoking 15 cigarettes a day. Feelings of loneliness increases the risk of heart disease by 29%, and the probability of suffering a stroke by 32%. The report also reveals that loneliness can make us more prone to contracting viral and respiratory illnesses. But the Surgeon General's report is by no means the only one out there that shows how damaging chronic loneliness can be. A study published by John and Stephanie Cacioppo in 2014 from the University of Chicago reveals that the feeling of loneliness affects our executive functioning. Now, executive function is a set of mental skills that include working memory, flexible thinking, and self-control. We use these skills every day to learn, to work, and manage daily life. Trouble with executive function can make it hard to focus, follow directions, and handle emotions, among many other things. Chronic loneliness also affects our quality of sleep, as well as our mental and physical well-being. Likewise, in a scientific study titled Depression, Anxiety, Loneliness Among the Elderly Living in Nursing Homes that was published in 2019 in the American Journal of Nursing Research, its authors concluded that there is a significant correlation between severe chronic loneliness and severe depression, as well as between loneliness and anxiety. Researchers from the Brigham and Women's University Hospital in Boston also discovered that people who suffer from feelings of chronic loneliness have a higher risk of suffering from Alzheimer's disease. And there are more and more studies that show that the perception of being socially isolated triggers pathophysiological processes in our brains that harm our health. They generate, for example, sleep problems, a weakened immune system, tendency to be overweight, diabetes, and increased levels of oxidative stress, hypertension, and even a faster rate of the shortening of telomeres. Those are the ends of our chromosomes, which at present it's believed that they are the key to the regeneration of cells in our bodies. Put simply, if we feel extreme loneliness, we could potentially age faster and even die sooner. Of course, the risk of suffering these physical damages only occurs if the feeling of loneliness lasts for a prolonged time. In other words, the harmful effect of loneliness, that we're talking about, that's similar to smoking 15 cigarettes a day, will not occur simply because your friends have gone to a party without inviting you, and you spend the weekend feeling sad, feeling left out. Data from 148 studies reveals that the weight that loneliness has on our life expectancy is similar or even greater to other widely disseminated factors, such as smoking tobacco, drinking alcohol, or lacking of exercise. In short, loneliness is very bad for our health. But what exactly is loneliness? Well, although it might sound strange, loneliness is a biological survival mechanism that's part of our nature. It serves to alert us that we lack social interaction, social connection. And in the words of Vice Admiral Vivek Murthy, social connection is a fundamental human need, as essential to our survival as food, water, and shelter. Social connectedness influences our minds, bodies, and our behaviors, all of which influence our health and life expectancy. Research shows that social connectedness can lead to a longer life, better health, and improved well-being. People are by nature social creatures. Whether we're extroverts or introverts, social connections are important for survival. Our relationships with family, friends, coworkers, people in the community, our neighbors, can have a major impact on our health and our well-being. When people are socially connected and have stable and supportive relationships, they're more likely to make healthy choices and have better mental and psychological health outcomes. They're also better able to cope with hard times, difficulties, stress, anxiety, and depression. There are many things that create positive social connectedness. The amount and quality of our relationships matter, as do the various roles they play in our lives. And next time, we'll talk about ways that we as adults can improve our positive connections with others. Well, thanks so much for joining me today on Generation Jones. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe to the channel. It's absolutely free, and it would help me tremendously. And until we meet again, I hope you have a great day and a great week.